Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gaming with Scott. I am here with Carl Doniger.
That's correct.
How are you today?
Very well.
Carl, you do something with, what's the, I'm looking at the shirt, I'm looking at the hat. What is it? Popcon.
Popcon.
Indy Popcon.
Yep.
Carl,
there's only one Popcon, so it just happens to be an Indy.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Are there going to be like, Popcon West and Popcon East?
We're talking about it.
Are you seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Well, so
it's a big ordeal.
So, young man, what is your association with Popcon?
One of the founders. I guess we'll
Nice.
just put it that way. Yeah.
You're the sole proprietor? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
kidding.
It is not a soul anything.
You're a one-man show. That's what I heard. I was like, Carl does everything.
Not even close.
No, I'm just teasing. No, there are a fleet of individuals who just bare their very souls to put on a phenomenal con.
We keep them in an 18-wheeler trailer, and we just unpack them where we need them.
Throw handfuls of feed in there eventually, and they're happy to do what they do. I'm quite sure. So tell us, for those of our listeners, which I'm really surprised there's any of our listeners that don't know intimately what Popcon is, but so give us, as a co-founder, give us the Popcon take.
Popcon is a true multi-genre convention. It's based currently in Indianapolis. We incorporate all sorts of things: internet culture, comics, sci-fi, TV, movies, fantasy, cosplay.
I'm amazed at how many things are in that particular multi-tiered cake when it comes out.
Comic-Cons, in retrospect, typically focus all their geekiness around comics.
Right.
And so we have comics.
And gaming conventions, likewise with games.
Yeah, exactly. But a multi-genre convention means you can come and you'll find exactly what you're geeking out about, but then there are 10 other things that you might also enjoy or learn to enjoy because you're at a multi-genre convention.
That are going around around you. Now, okay, so there are many of the conventions who comic cons, anime cons, gaming cons, science cons, Star Trek. We're at Starbase Indy today. Correct. That is primarily science fiction.
Yep.
So how do you, they say jack of all trades, master of none. How do you provide? Because I'm gonna gush for a minute. Such a fantastic con experience for those many varied inspirations or palettes, or without being just like, well, I kind of sucked at all of them, or as opposed to, well, we're really good at anime because we're an anime con and that's like our passion. This is what we do. And then you try to cosplay in an anime place, it's like, and you try to comic book it in the anime because of the manga, and you're like, Usually, most conventions are one focus. How do you hit so many frickin' things and still be good?
We lucked into it. So our first year, we had comic guys, we had gaming guys, we had sci-fi guys. So all of our inspirations kind of made that patchwork happen. But it's the answer to your question is the community. So we put out the template, and then the community fills it in. Yeah. So we're super community driven. We would not be able to function without the local community being able to fill a podcast stage for the entire weekend.
Sure.
We wouldn't be able to function without, like the Yo-Yo guys came in last year.
Yeah.
It's just
friggin' awesome.
So it's really, and we've got volunteers that are excellent at sci-fi, and then we fell into the internet thing with the YouTubers and the Twitch streamers
which have been amazing.
Yeah. So if we have any niche outside of the norm, that internet culture would be the one, which includes podcasting and YouTubers and Twitch streamers and everything.
You had a couple YouTubers up there that were like, "Whoa, 8 million people just in this line, just right here in this line." I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and they come and sign for free. So that's
nice.
That's a whole nother ball game that we've gotten ourselves into. That's very rare for a convention.
Sure.
But we have to manage those people, and we do it really well. And the YouTubers are very thankful for it too. So we've got a now 2-year tried and true system that gets people through a free line.
Wow.
So when a normal guest comes in, you have to pay for an autograph or a photograph. Yeah, it's something.
I mean, it's $10, $20. I've seen 75.
Yeah, it depends on who they are. Absolutely,
Sure.
And that's a barrier to entry. But when it's free, you have to control that line.
Right. When it's free, there's 50 times the amount of people that we're gonna.
You have to create a fair barrier to entry, and we've got it. So it works out really well. And
nice.
So it's super community driven. All the panels, all the workshops, all that we get community feedback from starting several months before our convention, and they fill in everything, and then. When it's being driven by the community, then it's their own community that's coming to participate in it,
Sure.
and it all just clicks, and it's an amazing thing to watch. And this year in 2017, it ran so smoothly. I actually got to sit down once in 4 days.
Well, and because that was the thing that was what I marveled in 2017. And marveled is what I did because I got an opportunity. I had some staffing issues, so we didn't deploy as much as we wanted, but it gave me an opportunity to sit back and look at the whole con.
Yeah.
Not just, well, we want to have this guest and we want to focus on this thing and we've got that interview and, oh gosh, we're dead. Let's go. We're tired. Go lay down. But it let me sit back and go, well, I got nothing to do for a couple hours, so I'm going to wander around and, oh, look, Timothy's on. And, oh, I'm going to wander around. And I've got an amazing Timothy's on story, but it let me have these little moments where it was like, holy cow. And I got to see branches that normally I would not stick my toe in the water. And it came off. I don't mean to, I would knock on wood, but it was like it appeared flawless.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And I appreciate that. And none of those that work directly with PopCon can really take the full credit for it. We would not survive without the community, and we want to always keep that feel. So we're here at Starbase Indy, and these folks come here, and this is 25th or so year for Starbase Indy, 20th year. I'm not sure exactly, but it's a family reunion, and that's it. No matter how big PopCon ever gets, I want it to always be a small feel local con.
Sure.
Family reunion.
Yeah. I was coming here in 1990, 91.
Yeah.
And I try to make it each Thanksgiving. And this for conventions. Okay. And because this is a convention, but this has always been our bookend for the end of the season.
Sure.
And this is our relaxation con. Like if we talk to Gowron or Denise Crosby, great. If we don't,
Well, if you talk to Denise Crosby, that'd be impressive because she didn't make it this weekend.
I know. Well, but I'm just, got names. It was like, well, yeah, we were going to get on a jet and go hunt her down. No, yes, but the idea, and it's that same sort of like, she didn't make it this weekend. And you know what? We're not crushed. We're not devastated. It was just like, oh, it didn't happen. We're relaxed about this weekend.
Then they brought in John Billingsley, so that didn't hurt.
Right. No, that didn't hurt at all.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is awesome. And he was after one of his panels last night, he was holding court. And just listening to the stories were just phenomenal.
I bet.
And it's just like, oh, that's so cool. So this has always been a relaxation con. And I know that when PopCon comes to town, you are just like, it was 4 days. What happened? Like I didn't eat, sleep, drink. I have no idea. And the fact that you could sit down and attend an event or run an event, as I heard you say the other day, that's amazing. It went really, really well this year.
Yeah.
I was really, so much so that we're going to all in on Indy Popcon in 2018. We're not going to, we typically all in on Gen Con, and we're going to pull back from that a bit and all in on PopCon because it's such a, I want to use the word better event, but I mean better for us.
Yeah, it's more. We focus more toward this genre with podcasting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or any kind of video production, audio production. We have others of your ilk that are sitting right next to you. Mm-hmm. It can be a industry meetup. You can talk to other people that may do some things better, maybe they don't, and you can share, and you figure new things out, new ways to do things, new topics to talk about, and it's and we throw all the celebrity stuff on top of it, so you can have a John Billingsley sit down and talk about Stargate, because those are two of my favorite Stargate episodes that ever were.
Oh yes,
with John Billingsley. So I love him on Enterprise too. But
let's talk Stargate. Because I'm with you.
Yeah, his character on Stargate was hilarious. It was awesome, and they were super talented, and they just fell into the everything. Oh, the other guys.
Yeah, the other guys. Exactly. Well, and I even liked the Society, the one that he did on West Wing, when they were talking about turning the map, and the map blew my mind. And I was like, and it was a great episode.
Yeah.
He does some great stuff. But you have that can then just come in and like icing on the cake. It's beauteous.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is wonderful. So 2018.
Yep.
Do you have dates? Of course you do.
June 8, 9, 10.
June 8, 9, 10. All right, we'll be there. What do you have any? Do we know anybody that's going to be there yet?
No. And that's on purpose.
All right.
I know that makes
Do you have anything you can, just for... No, I'm just kidding. I know you don't, and I know you don't want to, and it's way too early to do that.
Well,
so
I'll give you an example of why we're not this year. So we've... Just like where we hope that podcasters can come to PopCon and learn from each other, we in turn learn from other conventions. And a lot of successful conventions have a loyalty program. So we're gonna announce ticket sales next month for the first time ever before Christmas, because we always sell. We usually don't sell until at least January 1st of the next year, or of our existing year. Right. But we're probably going to have a loyalty sale, and the loyalty sale is to anybody that has supported us up to now, or they're going to get a discount, which we've never done before, but sight unseen, trusting us that we're going to bring in great guests. So we haven't announced any guests yet.
That's great.
Because we want to give a loyalty program to those that have trusted us in the past.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, and it was, and it's funny that you say that, because again, I came out of this year and I was like, oh no, we're all in, we're going, and then the thought was, so who are you going to have? But it was, no, we're going to be here because it really doesn't matter. You guys fill in with such great guests to begin with.
Well, even like Southgate Media Group, you're going to be one of our guests essentially this year. You're going to be one of our guests.
I was like, I hadn't thought about that. And Rob was like, we're doing this thing. We're going to be in Indy. And it's like, you guys are all coming. And I'm like, well, yeah, obviously we're. And then I went, wait, we're doing what? And he went, we're going to be on the main stage and we're going to do a podcast marathon. And I went, right on. Yeah, we will. I had not thought about it as we would be again. It's never thought.
But again, community driven.
Yes.
So it's you guys are creating an event that people want to come participate in that is beyond your own scope.
I hadn't thought about. We have like -1 listener on this particular podcast, so I never really think about community. No, I'm just kidding. We have loyal listeners who love us and they're wonderful. But it's one of those where you never think about. Well, and I don't know about you. I never think about the sense of community and the things that we drive, even though I know we have listeners that, everything we drop, they're just like, this is just really good. But I don't think about it that way when we're building content. I'm narcissistic enough to begin with that I don't need people to go, yes, and there are millions of people who... No, that would never be helpful for me. But the notion of, I always think that I'm blessed to attend PopCon because of all of the neat things that PopCon brings to our show.
Sure.
I had never, until you just mentioned it, well, you're going to be a guest, was that I was bringing substance and value of a variety to you and yours.
We're sneaky like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Mind flip.
Yeah.
So I was all kinds of like, okay, so June.
Yep, June 8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10, 2018. All of the headliners will be there. The most important people. All of the people that you have ever wanted to see will be there. We're good.
Yeah, we key on medium to small tier actors and actresses. It's a lot of voice actors because they do so well at PopCon. We have a video game side to us too. So those voice actors are very important in the video games and cartoons. And we've had just about every. Well, we've had the top 3 voice actors at PopCon over the last couple of years with Tara Strong and Nolan North and
I tried to get to see Tara Strong and that was just a mob. I was just like, no.
And then we even have somebody like Charles Martinet who's it's me, Mario.
right.
So he was so cool. But we've always been lucky with the guests that we brought in too. So you often hear horror stories about celebrities not being exactly what you expect them to be when you meet them. We've lucked out, and they are. They're absolutely as cool as they are off camera as they are on. So it's
I have a bumper from Casper Van Diem from Johnny Rico from Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I got to see him
Indy Popcon.
Yeah,
I loved it. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. I got to see him again a couple of weeks ago, and he was bragging about his experience at PopCon. I was like, yes, you're talking about this at Dragon Con. Yes,
that's awesome.
Keep talking. Brag about PopCon.
Let's do that right there. This thing. Continue it. Wonderful.
But and it's also, we didn't mention, it's going to lead up to another podcast awards. So we're going to have podcast awards again this year. In 2017, it was focused on just Indiana podcasts, Indiana-produced podcasts. 2018, it's sky's the limit. If you run a podcast, you can apply for an award.
Awesome. That's what we're going to need to do. We're actually going to need to get probably some entries. Would be good. I thought some of my staff were going to take it upon themselves and put entries in. That didn't happen. So I think I'm going to need to oversee that process this year so we can actually have some entries. That would probably be. I was like, it's a great honor just to be nominated. I guess if you don't even apply, you're not going to get nominated. So it's kind of a thing there. So it's all right. That was on our end.
Yeah, it was all good. We want to podcasting. Really gets no accolades. There are a couple instances out there, but it's so hard to get recognized for the craft itself.
Sure.
So that's where we want to step in.
Well, and the podcast awards I showed up not knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
And just exactly like you said, there's a void, a black hole of just people go, yeah, well, there are podcasts out there. And good for them, I guess.
Right.
And to see, and it was really kind of fun to have an announcer, like a celebrity that was like, hey, we got awards, come get them.
Yep.
It was neat.
Yeah, it was. It turned out really well, and it was something that we absolutely need to continue. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So, and I was pleased to be there. I will be even more pleased to be a part of it here in the future.
Excellent.
And it'll be a good thing. So, June 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
2018.
Convention Center. Indiana Convention Center.
Indiana Convention Center, Indy Popcon. What are all of your tweeties and faces and where can we IndyPopcon.com.
Everything is Indy Popcon. So
all of it.
Yeah. So Twitter's Indy Popcon.
Instagram's
Indy Popcon. Facebook is Indy Popcon.
Face Friend, MySpace is Indy Popcon.
We haven't produced our own music yet, so I think that's all MySpace now.
So SoundCloud.
Speaking of music,
I'm just kidding.
We potentially have a fantastic musical guests this year. So art music is one of our genres for multi-genre.
Oh yeah.
And each year, our group isn't good at all of our own genres, so we try and trump up. Oh, I shouldn't use that word. we try and bolster our own.
Go ahead.
We try and bolster one of our own weeknesses each year. Last year was anime, and we really bolstered our own anime cred because our group, none of the individuals in the group are anime aficionados to the degree that our attendees are wanting it. And last year we really brought that to bear. This year's music, we're going to really try and bring in something that is. You have to attend it Saturday night kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, a Saturday night, I don't want to use the word...
The contract hasn't been signed yet.
I don't want to use the word concert, but...
It very well would be, yeah.
Yeah, so, all right. Early breaking news. That's, again, I'm not asking who. Normally, well, and that's the funny part, is it's because you're like, well, we've got some names that we'd bring in, and I kind of wave my hand at like this level. And every time you've said that, it's always been like click, click, click above where they're like, well, we're going to have some people. And that was the time at Indy Popcon I got to meet Edward James Olmos. And it was like, wow, that was 3 clicks above where I thought. But it's like, so you say special musical guest. And I'm going, I think I have, and
it's a unique one.
Oh, that's cool.
But world class and fits in with our exact genre.
See, now I have hopes and dreams, and now I just went click, 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 click. Yeah, and I'm thinking of 1 or 2 people, but
yeah,
okay, so I won't bug you anymore about that, but now we have teasers and trailers. Be on the lookout, IndyPopcon.com on Twitter, Facebook, etc. Come the next month or so, keep your eyes on the website for some announcement-y stuff. And then, as always, block out time, June 8, 9, 10,
absolutely,
2018, and we'll go get it done. Carl, thank you for taking some time to talk to us today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll get this out this week, obviously, ASAP, and give you nothing but love for Indy Popcon. Ladies and gentlemen from Gaming with Scott, let's say thank you, Carl, once again. And as always, you'll hear from us real soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.